Hello, good morning, dear students. So today's class, we are going to derive an expression for total energy of electrons in the nth orbit. As in the last two classes, we had derived an expression for the radius of an electron in the nth orbit, and in yesterday's class we had discussed the orbital velocity of the electron in the nth orbit. Okay, in the two derivations we got to know that radius is directly proportional to n square, is directly proportional to the square of the orbit number, and orbital velocity is inversely proportional to the orbit number. Inversely proportional to the orbit number. Here n is indicating the orbit number. So this is what we came to know from the two derivations. Right. Now in today's class, let us derive an expression for total energy of the electrons in the nth orbit. In the nth orbit. So as all of you know that in the last two derivations we have considered an electron which is revolving around the nucleus in an atom, whose mass is m. Right? We have considered an electron which is revolving around the nucleus of charge Ze. Okay, which is revolving around the nucleus, having a mass m. Okay. Now, as this electron is revolving around the nucleus, it has two energies. Okay. The first one is it has potential energy. That electron has potential energy because it is in the electrostatic field of the nucleus. Okay. As this electron is revolving around the nucleus, this electron, when it is revolving around the nucleus, it has two energies. One, potential energy, because it is in the electrostatic field of the nucleus. Okay. And one more energy it has, it is kinetic energy, because as it is in motion, because this electron is revolving, so obviously it is in motion. Then any body which is in motion, then it has kinetic energy. So we can say here this electron is having the two energies, that is potential energy and the kinetic energy. Right? Now as this electron has a potential energy at a distance r from the nucleus, so then its potential energy is given by potential energy, or we will denote it as U. Here U is indicating the potential energy. Potential energy, it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze into minus E, that is charge of this electron, divided by, it is R, the distance between the electron and the nucleus. Okay, so therefore U is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by R is the expression for the potential energy of the electron which is revolving around the nucleus. Say, let us consider this as equation number 1. Now we got the potential energy. Okay, we are going to derive an expression for total energy of the electrons in the nth orbit. So total energy means what here? Sum of the potential energy and the kinetic energy. So we got the potential potential energy. Now let us find the kinetic energy. Now kinetic energy is given by, here this Ek is indicating the kinetic energy. As we know that kinetic energy means what? It is half mv square, right? Half mv square. Now as we know that when the electron which is revolving around the nucleus, then the electrostatic force between the electron and the nucleus is given by Fe is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r square, and the centripetal force expression is given by mv square divided by r. Okay, as since Fc is equal to Fe, the centripetal force is equal to the electrostatic force, it is given by mv square is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r. Okay, mv square divided by r, there is r square. Now this r will get cancelled, then we will be getting mv square equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r. Now take this as equation number 2. As we know that the kinetic energy is given by half mv square, so now let us substitute this value mv square where in this equation, in the equation. So equation 3, substitute 3 in 2 in 2. In 2. So therefore equation 2 becomes kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. mv square का वैल्यू क्या होगा? 1 by 4 pi epsilon Ze square divided by r. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r. Now this is what we have got now. The equation 4. This equation 4 indicates the kinetic energy of the electron which is revolving around the nucleus when it is in motion. So therefore the total energy, the total energy of electron in nth orbit is, there is capital E indicating the total energy. So sum of the potential energy and the kinetic energy is called as it is total energy. So the potential energy is how much here? Minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r plus kinetic energy half into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r. Okay. Now as we are having the common terms, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r is a common here. So let us take that as a common here. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by r into minus 1, because here it is having minus, anything if you are taking the common means what it here it remains 1, it is minus 1 plus 1 by 2. Okay. Now 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by r, that is take it as an LCM, minus 2 plus 1 divided by 2. So then it will be having 1 by 4 pi then you will be getting minus 1 by 2 4s are 8, that is 8 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by R. This is the total energy. Okay. So as we have derived already we have derived an expression for the radius here. For nth orbit we are saying here R is equal for the radius for the nth orbit. So we know that Rn is equal to n square h square epsilon naught pi m z square. Okay, this expression already we know. Okay, so therefore let us substitute in the above equation. There is R value. Rn here, Rn here R is equal to this radius here. So here we are substituting this R value here. Then you will be getting E is equal to, take this as equation number 5. Okay, if you are getting confusion, then you take it, this is R only. For nth orbit, the radius is given by R is equal to n square epsilon pi m z square. So therefore, this equation 5 becomes E equal to, that is total energy is equal to minus 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by R value. So R value, if I substitute here, then I will be getting pi. Wait. So one step I will write here, one more step I will write here. R means n square h square epsilon naught divided by pi m z square. So that becomes total energy is equal to 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught z square divided by n square h square epsilon naught into pi m z square. That you will be getting E is equal to minus 1 by, so here pi will get cancels. Okay, and 8 n square h square epsilon naught square into z square e to the power of 4 into m. So I am writing one more step here. E is equal to minus z square e to the power of 4 m divided by 8 n square h square epsilon naught square, which is the required expression for the total energy of the electrons in the nth orbit. So this is a required expression for the total energy of the electrons in the nth orbit. That is E is equal to minus z square e to the power of 4 m divided by 8 n square h square epsilon naught square. So here this negative sign indicates that electron is bonded with the nucleus. Once again I am saying here, negative sign indicates that electron is bonded to the nucleus. So this is in short, you should remember that electron is bonded with the nucleus. So that is what this negative sign indicates. So this is the total energy expression for the total energy of the electrons in the nth orbit. So dear students, once again I am explaining this derivation, and this derivation is very important. For 5 marks, they might ask in the exam, in the board exam. We have considered an electron which is revolving around the nucleus having the radius r, charge of the nucleus is Zt, charge of the electron is negative, of mass m, electron of mass m. As this electron is revolving around the nucleus, it has two energies. One is potential energy because it is in the electrostatic field of the nucleus, and one more energy which has kinetic energy because it is in motion. So let us, before finding the total energy, let us find the potential energy and the kinetic energy, because as we know that the total energy is given by sum of the potential energy and kinetic energy. Once if we got the value of potential energy and kinetic energy, if I substitute here, then I am getting the total energy. So let us find the first potential energy. So potential energy of the electron which is revolving around the nucleus having a distance r can be written as U is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon z squared divided by r. And the kinetic energy is given by half mv square. So to get this mv square value, we know that the electrostatic force between the electron and the nucleus is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon z squared divided by r square, and centripetal force is given by mv squared divided by r. As since both are equal, then if I simplify, then I will be getting mv square, and we are substituting this value mv square in the equation 2. Substitute 3 in 2. So we got that kinetic energy is equal to half into mv square value. So I have substituted here this mv square value, that is we got 1 by 4 epsilon z squared divided by r. So we got the kinetic energy, and we got the, this is kinetic energy, and this is potential energy. Both we got, and we have substituted this value in this place, that is equal to E2 plus, that is potential energy plus kinetic energy. So after substituting, so we have simplified this one, as we know that the radius value already we have derived in the last class, it is r equal to n square epsilon divided by pi m z square. After substituting this value in equation 5, the 5 equation here, r value I have replaced here, n square epsilon divided by pi m z square. So after simplification, we got E equal to minus z square e to the power of 4 n divided by 8 n square epsilon square. So which is the required expression for total energy of the electron in the nth orbit. Here negative sign indicates that electron is bonded with the nucleus. Okay, so this is what you should remember. Okay. So again, for today's homework, you should practice this expression, this derivation for at least 10 times. Okay, 10 times homework. For today's homework, you have to practice this derivation at least for 10 times. Okay, thank you. And dear students, one more, few more points you should remember that I forgot to tell you. So you should remember that as this above expression, it is expressing that this is the total energy for the electron which is in the nth orbit. So here I have indicated this En as a nth orbit here. Energy, total energy for the nth orbit here, En. Okay. And here, as this above expression, from this above expression, it shows that as the orbit number increases, this is the total energy and this is the orbit number, n square. As this n value increases, this total energy decreases. Okay, total energy decreases, but because of this negative sign, the electron which is in the outermost orbit, okay, is having the greatest energy. It has a more energy. Okay, that is what you should remember here. But one thing, as n increases, the total energy decreases. Okay, and if I substitute the value of, so say for example, we are having a hydrogen atom, then Z is equal to 1. If I take Z is equal to 1 here, then it becomes 1. So that is e to the power of 4. It becomes En is equal to, total energy for the nth orbit is equal to minus e to the power of 4 m divided by 8 n square h square epsilon 1. So after substituting of all these values, there is charge of the electron, mass of the electron, n value, h value, epsilon value. Say n value will take 1 year for first orbit. If you are taking 1 year, n equal to 1 year, if I take n equal to 1 year, then I will be getting E1 is equal to minus 2.17 into 10 to the power of minus 18 joule. Then if I want to express in terms of electron volt, then if I divide it, then we will be getting minus 13.6 electron volt. Just I divided 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. So I will be getting 13.6 electron volt. And this last note, what it indicates that if E is equal to 0, if the total energy is equal to 0, then electron is not bonded to the atom. Electron is not bonded to the electron. So for this, what we have got, for first energy level, for first orbit, the total energy is how much? Minus 13.6. If I substitute all these equations, here n is equal to 1 I have taken. If I substitute if I want to know the total energy of the second orbit, then minus 13.6 divided by n here 2. Okay, that is 2 means here 2 to the power of, so 2 square it becomes. Then it becomes 4. It has been divided by 4 here. Then I am getting the total energy of the second orbit, and so on. For third, for fourth, we will get the total energy. So this is what you should remember these points. So in the next class, we will continue the next topic. Okay, thank you.